Here are 15 things you probably didn't know about the movie Ghost in the Shell. For the Japanese dub of the film, the voice actors from Ghost in the Shell, Atsuko Tanaka, the Major, Okio Otsuka, Batu, and Koichi Yamadera, Togusa, reprised their roles. In an establishing shot of the city, a Pan Am advert can be seen at the top left. The Bancroft Airlines inclusion is a reference to Blade Runner 1982, which also had an in-film advert for them. Several scenes in this film are exact in visual comparison to the original Ghost in the Shell. Even some parts shown in the city are exact recreations of the original artwork. The geishas featured in many of the film's trailers wore full head masks created by Weta Workshop and modeled after Japanese actress Rila Fukushima. The opening or exploding of the geishas' heads were mechanical rather than by using CGI. Mamoru Oshii, the Japanese director of the original Ghost in the Shell, has spoken out against the whitewashing controversy surrounding Scarlett Johansson playing the Major, despite not being Japanese. He gave her his blessing and said, "I believe having Scarlett play Motoko was the best possible casting for this movie." Margot Robbie, who played the character Quinn on Suicide Squad, was considered for the role of the Major. The scene at the Yakuza bar where Batu drinks a beer that is served by a bartender with a mechanized arm is a direct hint to Neuromancer by William Gibson, in which there is a character named Rats who is a bartender with a mechanized arm. This book is considered to be a heavy influence on cyberpunk. Batu's car is a modified S3 Lotus Spirit. Aromaki's car is a modified Lotus XL. Although shot in New Zealand and never mentioned in the film, the city depicted is actually highly digitalized Hong Kong. For example, the dirty slum with narrow housing was Sam Shui Po, and the splendid background when Major is in the boat was Hong Kong Island Central. Although the film is largely an original story, the film does use several characters as well as visual and thematic cues not only from Ghost in the Shell but also its sequel, Ghost in the Shell 2: Innocence. The geisha, for example, are lifted from Innocence. The bodysuit that Scarlett Johansson wears in the film as the Major's synthetic body, known as a thermal suit, is actually made out of silicone. At one point, Batu is shown bonding with several stray dogs, including a basset hound he calls Gabriel, who appears several more times. The director of Ghost in the Shell, Mamoru Oshii, is a huge fan of basset hounds and had one himself also named Gabriel. A basset hound recurs several times in the original film because of this. In the sequel to the original Ghost in the Shell 2: Innocence, Batu is shown to have a pet basset hound. The robotic geisha in the film were all played by local New Zealand dancers and stunt women so that they can be flexible and acrobatic enough to perform the required disturbing contortions of the geisha. This is Scarlett Johansson's third time playing the role of an enhanced woman, following Natasha Romanoff, who received Russian combat training at a young age in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and Lucy as a title character where she is given a drug by chance giving her more control of her brain. During the spider tank battle, as a tank closes in on a damaged Kusei, he points his finger at the tank as if it were a gun. This is a reference to the anime Cowboy Bebop, where the main character Spike Spiegel does the same. Thank you for reaching the end of this video. If you like our content, please like and subscribe to our channel. If you have any suggestions on what we should cover next, please comment down below.